Hey Queens, I feel like it was about time we did a massive book debrief. So I only recently started getting into reading this year. It was probably around like February, March time. I really got into it and I have really found a genre that I love now. But I thought we could go through all the books that I've read this year. I feel like I've read like a good amount and I do like my walking reads and I love reading now because it's a way to like get out of my head. My friend Poppy was telling me yesterday how many books she's read, and I was like, oh my god, like that's amazing. So many people can get through books so quickly. I am a fast reader. So I thought we could share my opinions on the books that I've read this year and give you some inspo. So let's get into it. This is my little bookshelf. She's not very big. I'm also sat on the floor because it's so comfy down here. Once you sit down here, you can't really get back up again. I'll be like down at eye level for my books because this little area is like my happy place. So the first book that I actually read, getting back into reading, was The Housemaid's Secret, which I don't have now. I actually sold it on Vinted. It was by Frida McFadden. One that I just want to speak about is The Inmate. I love this book. I actually had it up on Vinted and I realised actually I don't want to sell this. Frida really knows how to write a good thriller. Like the majority of her books are thrillers. And these are like the type of books that I really loved last year. Got the Housemaid one. Daniel got me the new Housemaid one. I loved it. It was incredible. If you have read the first two, you will love this one. So I'm gonna give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It was really good. This one is a 10 out of 10. This is incredible. Would highly recommend. Okay, I'm now on to the series that got me into romance books. I was never a romance book girly. It basically came from TikTok. I feel like TikTok was the influences for the majority of my books. The first one that I read in February time was Twisted Love. This was the book that got me into romance books. It is incredible. It's been like a few months since I read these books and like I have the mind of Dory, so I can remember parts of them. I feel like I want to reread them. The one thing I really loved about this series is that they were all friends and they all kind of like interlinked with each other. Alex is in all of these books and let's just say he is the fixer-upper. This book is incredible. I am giving this a solid 9 out of 10. So the next one I actually read then was Twisted Hate, but the actual order is Twisted Games, but I could not get Twisted Games for the life of me. Twisted Hate, I loved this one. There was a lot of like speculation. People don't really like this one. I really loved it. I feel like I would give this one a 9 out of 10 as well. Josh Chen. So these books are very spicy. This is a little PSA. This is for 18 plus. These are very spicy books. So the next one then, Twisted Games. I have seen on TikTok, everyone loves this book. This book was okay for me. It was spicy. I really loved like the storyline, but I also felt very like I couldn't keep up with the storyline because it's very royalty themed compared to these other books. I will say though, Reese Larson, you can save me from a burning building any day. I feel like I'm gonna give this one like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. It is a really good book. Like the spiciness is to a T, but the storyline was a bit hard to keep up for me. But it's different with any other book. So then the final book of the series, which is technically like the biggest book. This one, there's a lot of speculation about this one too. A lot of people liked this one, a lot of people didn't. I really couldn't get into it. At the start, I was like, where is the spice? Daniel goes to me, does there have to be spice? And I'm like, I started reading spicy books and now I just expect spice, which is a bad thing, I know. Mr. Christian Harper though, he kind of gives Reese Larson vibes because they literally work together. That's a spoiler. I feel like I'm going to give this one like a 7 or an 8 out of 10 as well. It's a really good book. I was kind of expecting a bit more. Really loved the ending, and like I said, all of them were like best friends and like all friends, and I really loved the ending of this book. So yeah. So my next read after this was Keeping In with Anna Hyung. Anna Hyung is an amazing like spicy book writer. I liked this one. I didn't say it was just as good as the Twisted ones, but I did enjoy it. I just football romance really isn't for me compared to the one that I'm going to get on to now. It was about Asher and Scarlett. I loved Scarlett and I loved like her storyline, but Asher's I couldn't really get into. So I'm gonna give this one about like a 6 out of 10. It's still a good book, spicy, but wasn't for me. So the next series I went on to then was the Hannah Grace series. Hannah Grace, you are amazing. The first one then was Icebreaker. I loved this book. It was incredible. It is getting a 10 from me because this is a very, very spicy book. I feel like this is maybe one of her spiciest books compared to the other two. Anastasia and Nate. Oh my god. The next book of her series then is Wildfire. This one was really, really good too. The storyline was just a wee bit lacking for me. I would say it's as spicy, but like I said, the storyline was a bit so I feel like I'm gonna give Wildfire like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. It's still a really, really good book, but it just depends. We're gonna pretend I have Daydream here. I'm gonna insert a little photo of her. I love this book. I was recommended it by my friend Sophie. She was like, I feel like you're gonna like it a bit more because it's a little less spicy, which you're probably thinking, Zara, like you love the spice. I loved it. It really just spoke to me in a way that I didn't expect it to because a lot of people didn't like it because obviously it didn't have the spice. I loved it. I would fully give it a 10 out of 10. It was incredible, and like I said, it kind of ended in the same way as the Twisted books because they were all kind of like friends and they all kind of interlinked, and I was like, oh my god. Next up is Elsie Silver. I had really high hopes for this because I heard such good things. I'm just going to put a PSI out there because I didn't understand this either. All of these books are about like the dads, so all of the guys in these books are dads, and I was like, I don't know. This was an incredible book. It was so like emotional. It touched me. Everything about it was just like, oh my god. So I'm gonna give Wild Love a 10. It was incredible. It's just such like a girly book. It's like, oh my god. And the spice. The spice. Next up is Wild Eyes. I love this one. Whenever I kind of first read the first thing, I was like, I don't know, like it was a bit like cliche and cringy, and I was like, holy crap, it's so good. I love how overprotective all of these men are. Like, oh my god, literally. This one is getting a 10 from me as well. Well, I feel like a 9 or a 10. Wild Love is very, you know, like cutesy girly. This one is a bit more rawr. Lastly is Wild Side. I didn't enjoy this one. I didn't, which I'm quite sad about because I had such high hopes because the first two were incredible. This one I couldn't get into the storyline. Just like the characters in general, I couldn't really get into them either. The spice was there. There wasn't as much spice in this book, and I was just bored, and I was literally just waiting until I could get to the end to start a new book. So this is getting like a 6 out of 10 for me. It just wasn't my favourite. My top two authors would be Elsie Silver and Hannah Grace. If you're wanting to get into like spicy romance, these books have honestly, I feel like I can just escape to a different world. That's one thing I love about reading, and I wish I had gotten into it sooner. Could definitely recommend these books, and if you're looking to get into it, feel free to send me a message as well if you've got some new book suggestions because I will always take them up. But yeah, I hope you have a great wee day.